Hi, this is Dieter for SiteManager.io. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can create layouts. Let's get started. We are logged into our project with empty content and an empty layout. The difference between page content and layout content is that layout content can be attached to multiple pages. So for example, headers or footers. It is possible to have multiple layouts for your projects. To create additional layouts, you simply go to Design in the main menu and click Create Layout. Here you will be able to create new layouts from scratch or make copies of existing layouts to make variants. The first thing we do when we're creating layouts is switch from the Content view to the Design view. When you're in the Design view, you see that this button becomes available, which is the Layout panel. When we click it and it opens, you can see that we have our current layout, which is Contents, has been divided into three sections: the header section, the content section, and the footer section. In the content section, there's already a full width content available where you can add content to the page. In this example, we're going to add an element to the header and we're going to add an element to the footer. When we want to add an element to the header, we simply click the plus button here, and we have multiple options. We can add elements from the SiteManager library that are already predefined. You can design your own header or footer element, you can code your own elements, or you can import elements from your private library. For the header, we are going to add an element from the SiteManager library, which is a navigation bar. We are going to simply select this one. You can click on preview where you can already see how the navigation bar will look like. This is a default logo with navigation, and we're going to click add to site and click yes. Now the component is being installed, and this may take a couple of minutes because a lot of assets are being duplicated and installed into your project. Now you can see that the logo with navigation bar has been added to the layout. For each SiteManager component, you can change every aspect of the element. You can open it in Design Editor and remove and add elements to it. You can click on any element to change the styling. You can do whatever you want. You can even access the code, which will all be explained in later videos. Now we're going to go to the footer. And here we are going to select to design our own component. Now, I'm not going to go into detail for every feature that or every aspect that you can do here, because in the next video we are going to go in depth about the design engine and how you can create elements as a designer without coding. So right now we are going to create a new element, my footer. We start with an empty grid with no elements in it, so we are going to start with adding an element inside our grid, which will be a default text, as we are going to build just a single copyright all rights reserved banner at the bottom of our page. Now that the text block has been added to our grid, we can move it into any position that we want. We can also change all the properties of the grid, the rows and everything like that, but for this purpose we don't need a grid. We're actually going to use a vertical flex to show our element. So right now we have switched to vertical flex and our grid has been removed, and you can change between grid and flex for each breakpoint of your website. You can even add additional breakpoints, which will be discussed once again in later videos. Now that we have created our element and switched to flex, we want to add some spacing on the top and bottom of our banner. So we are going to open the style panners for this section by clicking this button, and here you see banner settings, and we're going to go to dimensions, open the padding button and add a top and bottom padding of 40 pixels. You can change the properties for every element for each breakpoint that's available. So for mobile, tablet, normal default sizes and large desktop sizes. So as you can see right away, our banner has had some padding, and you can see the result. We also would like to have a dark banner, so we are going to change the background color. So we open the background color tab and pick a color from our palette, and we are going to use this dark blue. All right, as you can see now, the text is looking, you cannot read the text as it's also a dark text. So we're going to click our block and change the style element of our text and switch the color to white, like this. We can see, when we're done with styling, we can close the panel, and here you can see how you can do styling and layouting at the same time using our design engine. So now I open back the full view, and what we're going to do right now is change the content of this element right here by clicking Edit Content. We are going to change the text to copyright, all rights reserved. Click Save and back to close the panel. What we want from our flex property is align this text to the center of the page. So we are gonna go to our flex settings and change our vertical align to center. When we are done creating our component, we simply click Save and Exit to return to our design editor. Now we are done creating a very basic layout for our project. You can create, as I said before, multiple layouts, and you can do a lot of special things like adding language switchers or special elements to the layouts of your website project. I hope you like this video and will continue watching the series. Thank you for watching.